In rowing, we were able to uh, go for ranking B, as in that's like ninth in Africa now. And for their timing, it's okay because they just started rowing like 2 months back. And for them to be ninth in Africa now, it's a good performance. The competition was within 2,500 athletes from 53 countries, and we had 21 sports. I think Nigeria went with about 16 sports. So for our federation to have 7 medals, I think the children or the athletes are wonderful people. We are also going to proceed to Calabar, where we'll be having pre-demonstration of competition of festival, the National Sport Festival coming up November, December this year. And we are going to be demonstrating canoe and kayaking in Calabar. We intend to move it to different parts of the different states, of our states, where we will have demonstration of this sport so that they can know the nitty-gritty of the sport in the different states before the main festival. For this one in Calabar, we have some of the old athletes and part of the new athletes now that will be part of this event. We also intend to participate in Glasgow Regatta immediately after the Commonwealth Regatta. It's our own Commonwealth, so it's going to be in Glasgow, and we intend to send rowers down in Nigeria that would also participate.
Sport have its challenges, but what I will say at this moment is that since almost all the states in Nigeria have water and we have local paddlers, we take all our athletes from those areas and we try and let them balance our own fiber boats.
Okay, good one coming from the success at Botswana. Okay, moving on now, 9 days to World Cup. Of course, some players will be missing out. We're starting with Radamel Falcao.
No, I think I saw this coming, really. Yeah,
Yeah,
the
his injury.
yeah, terrible one for footballers.
Maybe he will definitely regret going to Monaco.
Come on, you don't want to blame it on actually moving to Monaco. It happens. He could have gotten that injury in the Spanish La Liga. You know, terrible cruciate ligament injury, and he's actually battled and he's fought really gallantly to come back from the injury. But unfortunately, it hasn't happened, and he will have to watch the World Cup from Miami Beach or somewhere.
Yeah, definitely not a good one. Okay, Frank Lampard, of course. We talked about the 9 days to World Cup before we go straight to Frank Lampard now. 9 days to the commencement of the World Cup. Brazil, of course, they had a test match at Sao Paulo Stadium at the weekend, and of course, FIFA and every other one feels really they are ready to go. Are there some players that will also be missing out at the World Cup?
Yeah, there's so many players.
I think we need to bring out the list.
Yeah, we will do that eventually, but some of them have actually been lucky. Talking to players like Arturo Vidal, he's made the team despite his injury. Suarez has made the team. He had surgery like just a couple of days ago. He's in the team as well. So some players have been able to actually, even though we can't really ascertain their fitness at the moment, but at least they're in the team and they have the chance.
The medical teams should know more about the reason
why. Yeah, and
they
have a chance to play. They might not play in the group stages, but if the teams actually go deep into the competition, then you might see the likes of Suarez and co. For Falcao, sad one, like I said, I think he just has to go on a holiday now. He's really, seriously, I actually followed his recovery process, and he tried really hard. He fought really gallantly to come back, but it wasn't good enough for him. So he's just going on a holiday to Miami or somewhere.
Okay, like Zlatan has said. Okay, all right. Frank Lampard, of course, after he's the highest goal scorer, Chelsea refused to renew his contract. And of course, he's leaving MLS, definitely next destination.
Oh, man, absolute legend. What a player Frank has been for Chelsea. He's been amazing, 13 years at the club, top scorer for the club from midfield position. That tells you the story, really. 211 goals, an average of 16 goals a season. Come on, what an impressive player Frank Lampard he is, for Chelsea and for England. So it's sad to see him go. And all these players, all these allies of Jose Mourinho in his first teams, they're actually leaving one by one. Drogba is gone now. Ashley Cole just left this season as well. So Frank Lampard will be joining him. And who's the guy remaining now? John Terry, Mikel Obi, Petr Cech, so they're all leaving now. And it's time for Chelsea it's time for Chelsea to actually move on and build something else for the future. And that's why Jose was brought in this season.
Okay, let's go straight to tennis. Looking at the French Open, what do we have there? I think David Ferrer, Rafael Nadal, that's the biggest game in the quarterfinals.
Yeah, that's the biggest game right there. These two guys, they've met. Nadal obviously has the better head-to-head over Ferrer. I think they've met how many times now? They've met a couple of times, but yes, Nadal definitely leads on head-to-head. But remember, Ferrer actually beat him at Monte Carlo just a couple of weeks ago. So maybe that will just help his confidence a little bit. But I'm not betting against Nadal in this quarterfinals. He's been in imperial form. He hasn't lost a set. You know, so I think Federer, Nadal will go through into the semifinals. It will be tough, but I tip Nadal to go through.
Okay, Nadal definitely.
Yeah, but we have other very clash. Andy Murray. Yeah, Andy Murray is taking on the Frenchman, the flamboyant Gal Monfils. That's another tough one. I think I've been very impressed with what Andy Murray has done so far. No coach, remember, but he's been doing very well.
I think especially the way he dispatched Fernando Verdasco, everyone felt that was going to be where he will end.
Yeah.
At the French Open.
But he came through, yeah. So good one for Andy Murray. And we have with the other one, Novak Djokovic. That to me is the second favorite. He's going to take on Milos Raonic in the quarterfinals as well too. That will be another very tight one. We still have Ernest Gulbis still going strong as well too. So the quarterfinals will be very interesting. Same for the female as well too. Be very interesting and exciting.
We have Sloane Stephens is out. She's out. It was expected anyway. No surprises there. Yeah. Okay, I'm moving on now. Donald Sterling, of course, he actually attended an all-black church. You know his story, of course, where he made some phone calls, and of course it was recorded at the end of the day. You know, it was really a huge one. But right now, he was invited to attend the services at Praise of Zion Baptist Church. And, you know, when he entered the church, he actually said he came to support this wonderful group. So he wants to identify with the black people. You see him here now, actually, you know, shaking hands with the pastor and also embracing him. He's trying to make a statement here, look, I am not racist. I need to keep my club. But the thing is that NBA said you must sell, of course, $2 million bid already on it, and the wife has said she will just have to sell.
I don't know what to say about this really. That's not the issue to me. Got an invitation and he was very polite and attending the church, but that's not the main thing. The main thing and the latest is that the NBA Board of Governors are scheduled to actually meet today where they will cast the votes for the sale of the LA Clippers to be completed. Like you said, Steve Ballmer has had a $2 billion bid accepted already. So we'll see what happens tonight and when they meet. Okay,
we'll leave you with pictures coming from this particular marathon where you have a 91-year-old who actually complete a marathon in 7 hours. Harriet Thompson, and she says she's actually doing it to find cures for leukemia. We're talking about athletics. Remember that we talked earlier on the show, talked about the AFN Golden League that will hold in Benin this week. It's no longer going to be this week. It will now be in Warri. That's June 14th. Immediately after that, you will have the Grand Prix, and that is what AFN has said.
Yeah, good one, really. But I've got a very good question for you, Cecilia, and you have to be very honest. When was the last time you jogged? That's a 91-year-old woman right there, and to see completing a marathon, that's just out of this world. That's an incredible feat. So, Cecilia, go get your canvas and start jogging now, because I know you're not fit at all.
Okay, she started running in 1999. So we have to thank you so much for being part of the show, and bye for now.
1999, I ran my first marathon. Oh, my favorite part's at the end. When I get over that finish line, that's the best part. Oh, it was fun, especially the first half. And then around mile 17, it got harder and harder. And at one point, I thought, I'm not sure I can make this. But then when I got to mile 20, it was fun counting